to English with Mrs. Villalobos. We are mixing it up in 2020 with both honors sophomores and seniors. So here I am. Hello, that's me with my son Micah and at Disneyland way back when, last year when we could go. And then here's our family on a little socially distant trip to the San Juans on the ferry this summer. It was lovely. That's my daughter Elsie, who is in first grade at Seaview Elementary. It's my husband Adam and my son Micah, who is turning 2 on Monday. There's me, your child's teacher. So, a little bit about me. I'm currently pursuing my librarian endorsement at Central Washington University. I already have a master's degree in education from SPU, and I have my BA from Whitworth in too many things. It took too long. This is my 18th year at Linwood High School. I love it. I was part of the volleyball coaching staff for 10 years, and I hope to one day be the librarian at Linwood. If you need to reach me at any point, here's the best way. Here's my email address, my phone number, and my office hours. I'm going to tell you my least favorite is my phone. Um, when we're out of the building, it's just not convenient at all. So email or office hours are the best way to get a hold of me. So this year we are doing English and obviously everything else very differently. Think back to your high school English. Did your teacher give you a book or play and tell you how much to read, then give you like questions to fill out or test you, have you write about it at the end of the unit? That's largely how I was taught English back in the late 90s and how it was how I was taught to teach English as well and how I taught English for a lot of my career. But since the closure and since I'm starting my librarian endorsement, I've thought a lot and spent some serious quality time reflecting on my own practice. And I realized that I am not helping students love to read at all. I don't think it's doing any good to assign these books. Other than exposing them, there's not doing much good. So the experts actually agree about this. Students are not reading more or better as a result of the whole class novel. Instead, students are reading less and are less motivated, less engaged, and less likely to read in the future. There's an article here that talks about this mindset shift and how powerful it can be for students. So, to clarify and reiterate, we are not reading novels as a class this year. I did not hand your child Lord of the Flies or Catcher in the Rye when they came to collect their supplies, and there's several reasons for this. Number one is that no piece of text can meet the needs of all readers. My classes have anywhere from 29 is my smallest class to 39 being my largest class. All these students have their own skills, their own abilities. Some of them, there's a lot of students who have multiple languages that they're speaking and other languages as their first language. There is no way that one book is going to be appropriate for all these learners. It also takes forever. Reading a whole class novel takes often 6+ weeks, and they're filled with some sort of loosely related arts and crafts project. Not enough time is spent doing the most important skill in all of school, I think, which is reading and analyzing what you're reading. The research shows that kind of laboring over a novel reduces comprehension. It's difficult for readers to become engrossed in a story when they're stopping and starting, stopping and starting, stopping and starting when they're reading in elements of several chapters. Whole class novels often ignore students' interests, right? Reading becomes about listening to the teacher's analysis of the book as opposed to developing their own analysis of books that are actually interesting to them. And finally, the whole class novels, they devalue prior reading experience. So some teachers have already read the book, while some students have had others reading the story for them, while some readers are triggered by reading about certain topics. Whole class novels remove the choice and experience of the reader. I will put one little asterisk on here and say, however, if we do end up returning physically to school this year, we'll probably read a play together. That will be weird. We're doing hybrid. I don't know how that will work, but we'll figure it out. Otherwise, all we're doing is self-selected books. So my goals for this year are to help your student enjoy reading more. If they're interested in the book because they chose it, then hopefully they'll actually want to read it and enjoy reading it more than like the kind of the old white guy authors. I hope that it will improve their reading skills, and that includes comprehension, analysis, retention, as well as writing about their reading. Each student's going to read 9 to 10 books this year. So some genres will be chosen for them, but most will be self selected. And due dates are largely fluid, but the end of the quarter and end of the semester are hard deadlines. So right now, if you have a sophomore, they are reading sci fi books. If you have a senior, they're reading a fantasy book that they have chosen and hold on to. They have procured a digital copy or a physical copy for themselves. Other bonuses of reading include that it is escaping reality in a healthy way. We've talked a lot about like self care in my class and how to um, escape reality in a healthy way. It also prepares for post high school education, and it allows you to discover yourself and others through books. And books can be either windows or mirrors, right? You can either see others, like by looking through it, or see yourself by having your kind of stories reflected. This is me in one of my nerdy library shirts, books, because reality is overrated. So I'm hoping that through choosing their own books and filling out a quick reading log each day, as well as through we're going to be doing a bunch of writing assignments that work for any book, no matter what genre or what level, that they'll be able to enjoy reading more. They're not answering a bunch of questions, they're not doing quizzes or tests, they're not doing kind of traditional English. It's just going to be very different this year. But you can help. You can be a reading role model, not on your phone. Okay, so let them see you reading a book. You can ask them what they're reading for English. Like, what book are you reading right now? How many books are you in? Because they should be reading 2 to 3 a quarter. And then encourage them to read. You can even share your favorite book with them, even if it's from back when you were in high school. Right. I hope that helps clarify any questions that you might have. I hope that you can share the love of reading with your child, and I look forward to getting to know them.